What's up guys, it's Instinct here, and today I'll be showing you guys how to make this diamond chain render style. You guys can use any logo or text, and this tutorial will work with any version of Cinema 4D without using any plugin. The diamond materials and Lightroom are linked in the description. If we can break 100 likes, I'll make a tutorial on how to do the Photoshop version of this header. With all that being said, let's jump right into the tutorial. So to start off, what we're going to do is we are going to hold right here on the pen tool, grab a rectangle, go to object and put the width at, we're going to go with 20 and we're going to go 10 with the height. And then we're going to click rounding, and I'm going to hop out of my camera here, zoom in, and we're going to put the radius to 3, 4 maybe, 3.5, I'll do 3.5, yeah. Alright. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to grab a circle and we're going to hold down on this cube right here and grab a sweep. From here, go ahead, click the circle, and for the radius, let's do 2 for now. Go ahead, change the radius to 2. And what we're going to do is go ahead and drag the circle into the sweep and the rectangle into the sweep as well, but the rectangle on the bottom. So from here, I'm going to actually make the radius 1. And I might change this later, but this is what we're going to roll with for now. Now from here, what we're going to do is we are going to go to MoGraph and go to Cloner. Go to MoGraph and get a matrix. So right away, I'm just going to double click this dot right here and it will turn red, and that'll basically just hide all the cubes because they're a little distracting in my opinion. So from here, what we're going to do is we are going to drag the sweep into the cloner. And we're going to click the cloner, and where it says mode, we're going to change this to object. So from here, what we're going to do is drag the matrix into the object and go to the matrix and change this to linear. Now from here, what we're going to do is where it says Y, where this says 50 centimeters, we're going to type in 0, and for X, we'll just crank this up a little bit, like so. Now from here, we can change the count to something around like 15, and then decrease the X. And you want to keep decreasing them until they intertwine like this. From here, we're going to go to H, and we're going to go to P, and we're going to put this to 90 degrees. And as you guys will see, we have the chain effect. Now, what I'm going to do is increase the X, which is the distance between the links here, and you just want to find something like 15 will work, and we can always tweak this later. So from here, what we're going to do is go ahead and click this button right here and go to the front view and go ahead and get the pen tool. So from here, what we're going to do is go ahead and drag the spline. We're going to make a spline with the pen tool, and you want to make sure it's kind of like a necklace shape. So click just anywhere and kind of click and drag and make a shape similar like this. Something like this will do. Yeah. Something like this will do. And we can always edit the points later. So this will do for now. Something like this. And what we're going to do is go ahead right here, hold down right here, and grab a spline wrap. And go to the spline wrap and put the spline into the spline like so. And then drag the spline wrap into the matrix, and it will link itself like this. So from here, we're going to go and click matrix, and we're just going to fine tune this even more. Just keep increasing it until you get the chain looking like this. And you guys can also increase the distance as well. Just kind of play around with these settings. I think something like this works pretty well. Maybe decrease it a little bit. And decrease this. Yeah, that's looking good. Now from here, what we want to do is go ahead and grab a cube, and we're gonna make this, let's go with like 20 on all of them for now, and go ahead and drag it up close like this, and grab a torus as well, and just scale this down like so. Move this up, and then we're gonna rotate this 90 degrees. So go ahead, click the rotation tool, hold down on this blue ring right here, hold shift, drag this towards this 90 degrees, and we're just gonna drag this up like this. Now from here, I'm going to click the torus, and I'm just going to drag this down, or something like this, and we'll go with 4. Seems good. And we just want to move it so it's colliding a little bit. So now from here, we want to click our spline again, and we're going to go back into this viewport like this, and go ahead and you can click the live selection tool or the rectangle selection. I like the rectangle selection. And if we turn off the matrix, if we uncheck this, we can see our spline here. And basically what we want to do is just kind of highlight one of the points and make sure in their point mode, and go ahead and turn the matrix back on. Just kind of rotate this like this just a little bit, and the idea is to make it fit in this little area and hide it with the with this little ring. Now I'm gonna say that this is extremely tedious. It took me probably about an hour to get it looking good on the store one. So just kind of go ahead and drag this down like this, and go ahead and click the rectangle selection tool and select this point. Make sure you only select this point, by the way, and just kind of drag it like this. And as I said, it's tedious. I literally just got it looking really good, just like that. Wow, look at that. Wow. I'm surprised that it didn't take that long. Normally it takes a lot of tinkering with, but just like that, we have our chain all set to go. Now from here, what we're gonna do is we are going to go to the cloner, and we're gonna apply the diamond material. So I'm going to use the diamond one like so, and apply it onto the sweep, and click cubic and seamless. Now if you guys don't have these materials, I'll leave a link in the description where you guys can get these materials. They are my diamond materials. They cost $2, but I think it's really worth it as they are really high quality diamond materials. Now from here, we just basically want to apply the diamond material onto the other objects. So I'm going to hold control, just drag it onto the cube and onto the torus. And just like that, we have our diamond chain. Now from here, you guys can go ahead and get your logo or text. It will work with text as well, but I would recommend a logo just because it's one object. But go to File and go to Merge and get your AI. Now if you guys do not have an AI, basically just trace out a logo in Photoshop, and then go to File, Export, and save as Illustrator file or an AI. And yeah, that's basically how you guys get an AI. So I'm just going to choose my face logo and click Open, and just click OK, and go ahead, hold down right here and get an extrude, and then just drag the spline into the extrude with the arrow pointing down like this, and then go to coordinates. Actually, click the extrude, go to mesh, go to axis center, make sure include children and all objects are checked, and click execute. It will jump to the middle, and then it will change the coordinates, and then we're going to set the coordinates back to 0 on all of them. Now from here, we're just going to drag the phase logo down like this, and hop back out of our camera, and just increase the depth. So go to object, put this to 80. Now from here, we're going to go to coordinates again, and we're going to put the Z at 40, I believe. Not 40. gonna make sure this is, I think 30. It seems centered. Yeah, that's centered. So put it to 30, and we are good to go. I don't know why it's not 40. It should be 40. That's odd, but nonetheless, it is centered. Now, what we can do is go get some text. So go to MoGraph and go to MoText. And get your text as well. So let's do Nikon. Nikon's one of my favorites. Favorite phase members, and where it says align, I'm going to click middle and change the font. Click this, and I like going with something blocky, so I'm going to do let's see, prime time. Yeah, we'll go with prime time, and we'll change this to 40, half of what we did with the face logo. Actually, we're going to scale it down. Go ahead and click the scale tool and just get it to where it's kind of like a little bit smaller than the logo. And just kind of move this where it just barely touches the logo. You can also go into your other viewport, go into your top viewport, and make sure to zoom in really close and just get this like that. There you go. Just like that, we have our text, and I'm gonna move it to the left. It just looks off center because of that gap. I'm just gonna move it, maybe scale it up a bit. This just looks odd because of the gap on the right. Yeah, we'll roll with it. So go to MoGraph or MoText, go to caps, and put these at 1 and 1. So actually, I'm gonna put this at 10 as well. Steps at 10. Actually, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to grab an atom array. So go ahead, hold it up here, right here. Get an atom array and duplicate the text. Control C, Control V, and then put the duplicated text into the atom array. And then from here, put this to 1, and then put this to like 0.5. And then this will create these little atom arrays. But because we have our caps steps to 10, it's going to create 10 of them here. So just kind of mess around with this. We're on the wrong one. Go to the one in the atom array and just mess around with this. I think this looks okay. Maybe a little bit bigger. So go to atom array and just maybe like, let's go with not 2. 1.5 maybe? We'll go with 1. Yeah, 1 is good. But then for this, I'm going to again apply the diamond material. This one, I believe. And then click cubic and seamless. And then for the text, like the main text, we're going to add the colored diamond material. So go ahead and add it like this, and cubic and seamless, of course. There we go. And for the logo, we're going to do the diamond material. So go to extrude, and where it says diamond, go ahead and put the diamond one on here. Cubic and seamless. Now, if you guys get something like this, just simply go to the material, and you guys can move this down. This, just kind of move it out of the way, and then move this to the left like this. Now if it appears on the other side like this, what we're gonna do is just increase it. So go to 150, and then on both of them, and then just move it like this. There we go. That will make it seamless. There. And we're gonna have to fix the text as well. So just drag this like that. There we go. Just gonna go ahead and give this a test render. And this is what it is looking like. So we're basically just about done. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and select the cloner, hold shift, and just basically select everything. Click Alt G. This will group it. We can go into our camera, and then just kind of move this up like this, and give this an angle. So something like this. Now I will say, you guys try to avoid something like this or this. We want to tilt it up like this to hide the little cube, so that it kind of looks like the thing is connected to the logo. I guess you don't really need the cube there, but that's just kind of how they make it. I've looked at a few chains and that's just kind of how they do it. But now I'm going to actually go to the coordinates and just make everything 0 again. Oops. Make everything 0 again. And I want the text a little bit thicker. I'm going to increase the depth. I forgot to increase it when we shrink it, so that's why. Put this at 40. And yeah. Actually, put this at 40 as well. The one in the item array. And then group, just go ahead and select both of these and then move them out together. Like this. I forgot when we scale them down, you have to put them back. And once again, we can use our viewport to make sure this is nice and clean up against there. I kind of think this is a little bit too much now, so I'm just going to put this at, let's say 30 maybe, and remember to select them both. Let's go with 30 maybe, and we should be able to just move these back 10, but it's at a weird number, so I'm just going to move it back like so. Like that. There we go. So I think this is looking much better. There we go. Perfect. So now we can rotate this. I'm being very, very picky right now, but I want to make the cube smaller. So I'm going to just make the cube, actually just kind of move everything down, actually. So just highlight all this stuff. So the clone and the matrix, the spline, the cube, and the torus. And we're just going to actually just, yeah, hold on. Let's move all this stuff down. Make sure we select this, and that will move it down. I was selected on the points, so that's why I was just moving the point. But yeah, go ahead and make sure you're selected on the model, then move this down. Just a little bit like this. There we go. And this will give us a little bit more leeway when we move this. We can rotate it just a little bit while also hiding that. So from here we're basically done, so go ahead and click this gear icon and render in 4K 3840 by 2160. Go ahead and click save and just type in whatever you guys would like. So I'm going to type in phase chain render like so. Close this out, go to file, save your incremental, make a backup, of course, and click this button to render, and yeah. So that's basically it for the tutorial, guys. If you guys like this tutorial, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what other Cinema 4D tutorials you guys would like to see. Well, all this said, guys, it's been Instinct, signing out for now. Peace.